Right, so let's quickly look at the OBJ test, and we'll just pick a few of the questions. It says in question 19 of the OBJ, still looking at arithmetic, and we're looking at statistics, and we look at question 19. It says, find the range of the following set of numbers. I want to look at your question paper. I have 80 confirmed for me, 60, 53, I have 35, okay, read on please, and 65, okay? We're told to look for the range. Now, to do the range, we need to look for the lowest, just like your primary school. The lowest will be the numerator, or rather the first significant digit that is lowest. Right, then we can pick 80. So the range will simply be what? 80 minus 35, and that will be 55. Is that not? 45. Is that 45? Alright, so that will be 45. Thanks for the correction. Okay. Alright. Now we go to, I think I skipped one. There's yet another question there that I left. If you look at your question paper carefully, you discover that there's one in question 12. Find the mean of 1, 3, or rather, if the mean of 1, 3, 5, 7, and x is 4, 1, 3, 5, 7 is 4. We are told to find the value of x. What is mean? Add this together. How many items? Divide by how many items we have? 5. And that will give me what? 4. This is a denominator. If it crosses equality, it becomes what? A numerator. So this will be what? 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus x equal to what? 20. 5 times 4 will give me what? 20. What's the next thing I do? I'm going to add all of this together. 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus, beautiful, that's 16 plus x equal to 20. This is a king which will become a slave. And that will be 20 minus 16. And my answer becomes 4. Right. So there's yet another one there. It says what? It says find the mean deviation. Okay, number 13. Okay, let's pick 13 first. I agree with you. 13. We are told to find the median of these numbers. 2, 1, 0, 3, 1, 1, 4, 0, 1, and what? 2. We are told to find the median. Please, let's listen. When we solve problem, we must understand the statement of the problem. The median is very positional sensitive. So, to do median, you must rank first. Can we write that down? The median is very position sensitive. To do median, we must do what? Rank first. We'll take that one quickly. So, in ranking, I'll start with what? The lowest, which is 0. How many zeros am I seeing? I can see 2. And then I go to the next one, 1. How many ones can I see? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I go to 2. How many 2s can I see? 1, 2. And then I finally go to, or rather I go to 3 and then to 4. So I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now there's a very easy way we do median back in the days. I take this, I take this. 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 I'm left with 1 and 1. Is that not? So 1 plus 1 is what? Divided by 2 becomes what? 1. So that will be equal to what? 1. So the median becomes what? 1. Alright, so we will look at question 14 of this revision exam, and it requires us to solve for the mean deviation. So we'll start by trying to list the scores out. We have 20, we have 30, we have 25, we have 40, we have 35. I'll keep it in my 5-5 formation. I have 50, I think I have 45, 40, 20, and 45. Please confirm for me, I should have 40 scores. Am I right? Am I in order? Alright, so we're looking for the mean deviation. So what do? You rule out. Maybe in an OBJ exam, I always have advised, whether an OBJ or a theory exam, do the rule out. It will be better for you. So I'll have here to be X, I'll have here to be F. Now, I will start by picking. If it's an OBJ, I don't need to bother about order. If it's an OBJ, I don't need to bother about order. So I'll start by picking 20. And then, how many 20 can I see? 20 can I see? 2. So I look at, after 20, what's the next number that can come rightly? 25. I said order does not matter, but for this purpose, I will use the order. Now, if I pick 25, how many can I see? Just 1. I go to 30. How many can I see? Just 1. I go to 35. How many can I see? Just 1 again. I go to 40. I can see 2. And I go to 45. I'll see 2 again. I go to 50 and I'm going to see 1. Is that not? So, I'm interested in the summation F, and that will be 10. I'm interested in what the score is minus the mean. So, for that reason, I'm going to try to solve to obtain my mean. So, okay. I think I've jumped one step. So let's look for our mean first. So this is the fx. Then x minus the mean. So let's handle fx. So fx will be, now when solving, because I noticed that some of us, when we solve, we have this tendency to make this mistake of missing the columns while multiplying. So what you do is to keep your hands here. 20 times 2, 40. See what I'm doing? So this way, my error rate becomes reduced. The next thing I'm going to do is look for summation f4 of x. So I will add them up. And I will advise you to use your calculator to do that. So I'll just come here and say mean, which is equal to x bar. X bar is the mean in this context. Will be summation fx over summation f. So what does that give me? So when you've done the addition, 6, 9, 12, 20, 30. Is that not? Good. So that will be 350. So that will be 350 divided by 10. So the mean is what? 35. Is that not? Now, with the mean I've gotten, I'll come back to this column now to work. I'll still keep my hand here. 20 minus 35 will give me negative. Is that not? 15. 25 minus this will give me negative what? 10. Is that not? This minus this will give me negative 5. Is that not? This minus this will give me what? 0. This minus this will give me what? 5. This 10. And this 15. Now, the next thing you must take note of is the pattern. It will always increase from negative to positive. If you don't have this pattern, something is wrong with your work. This pattern, you must always see this pattern. Right? So, but this is not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in D, which is equal to what? The modulus of x minus x bar. I see that since I'm looking for mean deviation, this is what I'm interested in. Alright, maybe I need to clean this off because I may need some more space there. Alright? So this will become what? 15. Absolute means change the values to what? Positive. Change the values to what? Positive. Now, the concept of mean, if we're dealing with mean deviation, we will need to look at what is called the absolute value. There's something we call the absolute value. In maths, anytime you hear the word absolute or technically modulus, it means that we are considering the number without the sign. Only positive is what? Seen. For those of us who will be writing Cambridge, you will come across this concept a lot. Especially when you're dealing with inequality, they will give you modulus something. It means that you have to treat that number in its negative and in its what? Positive sense. But that's for Cambridge. Let's come back to statistics. So this will become 10, this will become 5, this is 0, this will remain as it is. Because in statistics, we're interested, especially when we're looking for the mean deviation, we are concerned with the positive movement from the mean. Right? This will become 15. So I need one more column. So we've gotten this. We now need to look for what? FD. And in multiplying FD, what columns do you need? These are this. So your left hand, place it there. There's no guy in this one. Place it there so you don't forget. This times this, 30. This times this, 10. I see what I'm doing. 1, 10, 20, 15. So what will be the next thing you do? Summation FD. What does that give you? Could somebody do that? 20, 40, 60, 90. You're correct. So it would mean that the mean deviation will be equal to 90 divided by what? 10. And that answer becomes what? 9. So the mean deviation becomes 9 for that question. Now there's a question here that says the lower and upper end point of a class interval is called what? It's called class limit. The lower and the upper end points of a class interval is called what? The class limit. Okay, that takes care of that. Now we have another question that says there are 5 boys with the same age. So let the age be x. And we need to clean off what we have here. Okay, for the next question we are asked that there are 5 boys of the same age. So let the age of each boy be x. You know, I came from a generation where we were always writing. Teachers taught us to write. And it helped us. Engagement is an important aspect of improvement. So, there are 5 boys. So, if 5 boys, comma, then 5x. There are 5 boys, it means what? 5x. Now, another set of 5 boys of the same age, but each is 2 years older than the first set. Is that not? So, for second set, comma, each boy equal what? Is x plus 2. Thank you very much. X plus 2. Is that not? So, if 5 boys, and this is how your computer works, then 5 into x plus 2. Good. Now, if the average age of the boy if the average age of the second set of boys is what? 11. What is the sum of the ages of the first 5 boys? Alright. So what would that mean? It means 5 into x plus 2 will be equal to what? Will be equal to what? the average age of the second set is, okay, that means x plus 2 is equal to 11. Is that not? If the average age of the second set is 11, it will mean that that is the age of one boy. Am I right? Alright, so let's assume that what I'm saying is right. So x will now be equal to what? 11 minus 2. And that means that the age of each of the boys in the second set will be what? 9. Are you sure about that? Oh, okay. Thanks very much. X plus 2 equal to 11 gives me the age of one boy in the second group. Thank you very much. So the x is actually the age of the first group. Thank you very much. That's correct. So which means that each boy of the first group will be what? 9 years old. But that's not what the question is asking us to do. Beautiful. So sum of ages of boys in first group. Somebody will say, why are you not saying 5? I know it's 5, the group is 5, so why should I emphasize that? It will be equal to 5 times 9, and that will be 45 years. I choose to use shorthand to write that. So it means that for the first group, the ages of, the sum of their ages will be what? 45, and that clears that question.